Darkangelo. Commissioner Darkangelo.
Carla, many thanks, and thanks to Allie, the O&M team, all of our staff for putting this together today. We're looking forward to a great day. Happy White Cane Day to everybody. Good afternoon. It's David Darkangelo, Commissioner here at MCB, and today's such a great day for our whole community. We're very pleased that you've joined us. So thank you again for joining us for the second virtual White Cane Awareness event. We hope to be back in person next year at this time at the State House. To be in person. That'll be great next year, something to look forward to. We celebrate the White Cane today, and we recognize White Cane Day and gather with our community to celebrate mobility and independence for all of our consumers throughout the Commonwealth. October is National Disability Employment Awareness Month. At MCB, we constantly strive for successful employment outcomes for the people we serve who are blind and visually impaired. Employment offers individuals financial independence and the opportunity to contribute to society in meaningful ways. This month, we're so pleased to offer several virtual events for our community to connect, learn, and share together. We just held our virtual town hall with the MBTA last week, which was very well attended. Many thanks for everybody who showed up for that event. We discussed public transportation for people with disabilities. We hope your questions were answered. We did pass it on to the MBTA. We want to continue the dialogue. If you missed it, please visit our website, mass.gov/MCB, to access the recording and some other documents with great information with partners from the MBTA. But today, we're here to celebrate the White Cane. Orientation and mobility services are such an important part of the programs and services we provide at MCB. Our certified O&M instructors are amazing at what they do to train individuals in their homes, communities, at work, and all throughout our Commonwealth. We'll meet them in just a few minutes, along with our new O&M director, Allison Allie Bull. The White Cane is a symbol of independence for our community and for everyone we meet. The White Cane is a display of our perseverance and fortitude in learning new ways to navigate the world around us safely with strength and determination. It's our symbol to the world that people who are blind and visually impaired are strong, resilient, capable, and independent. The Baker-Polito administration agrees and is so pleased to issue a Gubernatorial Proclamation that officially recognizes today, October 15th, 2021, as White Cane Awareness Day in Massachusetts. I'm very pleased to read the proclamation. Whereas, every citizen of the Commonwealth has the right to lead a full and independent life, which includes education, productive employment, and access to the community. And whereas, by allowing every citizen who is blind to move freely and safely from place to place, the White Cane enhances an individual's potential for full participation as citizens of the Commonwealth. And whereas we recognize the importance of orientation and mobility training for children and adults in learning how to use the White Cane to access our communities. And whereas the law requires that motorists come to a full stop when a pedestrian utilizes a White Cane or guide dog in crossing a street. And whereas, through public awareness, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts encourages all citizens to recognize the White Cane as a tool of independence for pedestrians who are blind. Now, therefore, I, Charles D. Baker, Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, do hereby proclaim October 15th, 2021 to be White Cane Safety Day, and urge all the citizens of the Commonwealth to take cognizance of this event and participate fittingly in its observance. Given at the Executive Chamber in Boston this 15th day of October in the year 2021, and of the independence of the United States of America, the 245th year, by His Excellency Charles D. Baker, Governor, Karen Polito, Lieutenant Governor, certified by William Francis Galvin, Secretary. May God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Many thanks to Governor Baker for recognizing this important event for our community. We have a great video now that I want to introduce. This is from one of our VR consumers, Professor Mona Minkara. Carla, do we have the video ready?
We have it ready to go. Just one moment. There we are.
We need the audio.
All right, bear with us. We
okay.
definitely want the audio for that video. Just one moment. And Commissioner, if we are unable to play that audio right now, we're going to try one more time here.
Go ahead, yeah.
Hello, my name is Mona Minkara, and I'm a professor of bioengineering here at Northeastern University. So you ask me, what do I use my white cane for? Where do I go? The question is, where do I not go with my white cane? I've literally had the awesome opportunity to be able to travel the world. I use it wherever I get to go. I do have to say though, I didn't always use my white cane. So I was diagnosed with macular degeneration when I was 7 years old. And my loss of my eyesight was kind of slow and degenerative. And it wasn't until the past like 5 or 6 years in which I started to really use my white cane consistently, and it's changed my life. If you want to learn more and see about my adventures of using my white cane and traveling the world and using public transportation, you should definitely check me out on YouTube on a channel called Planes, Trains, and Canes. Exactly. Like my white cane. And so that's where I get to go to 5 different cities: Johannesburg, London, Istanbul, Singapore, and Tokyo. And I use my white cane and I go on public transportation and I get lost and find my way. So where does my white cane take me? Hopefully everywhere I want to go, except for probably an edge of a cliff. So thank you for listening, and I hope you're having an awesome white cane day.
Many thanks, Professor Minkara. That's excellent. And your independence is an inspiration to our whole community. Thank you. Now, I'd like to introduce our illustrious Deputy Commissioner, John Oliveira, who can tell you more about how our O&M services work at MCB. Let me tell you a bit about John. As Deputy Commissioner, John Oliveira is responsible for managing $22 million in state and federal monies for the programs and services that we provide at MCB. John was appointed to his current position as Deputy Commissioner in 2013. He's been with the agency for 34 years and has held nearly all the leadership positions within the agency. He has a Bachelor of Communications with a minor in sociology, a Master in Arts and Rehabilitation Teaching from Boston College. He's been prominent in promoting independence for individuals who are blind and has organized initiatives that have effectively promoted inclusion for the blind community. He has my complete faith and admiration. John, over to you.
Thank you, Commissioner, and good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Cane Day. Thank you all for taking time out of your day to drop by and learn all about the great things that we do here at MCB and how orientation and mobility helps our consumers participate in their community and live their lives every day. We are fortunate here at MCB to have a robust orientation and mobility team that is very dedicated and provides very substantial training to our blind consumers so that they can navigate the world around them. MCB's orientation and mobility unit consists of a director and 4 certified orientation and mobility specialists, or as we say in the business, the acronym COMS, C-O-M-S, who span the state to provide services so that all of our residents can achieve independence as much as they can. We have just posted a new position for COMS this week, so we are going to expand that team to 5 in the very near future. So if you know anyone who is looking for an employment opportunity as a COMS, check out the HR page for Commonwealth and send us in your resume. That's out there now. So to access and qualified for orientation and mobility services at MCB, you must be registered via your eye care provider. And we have, if you have any questions about that registration process, you can reach our virtual blindness registration team by email at blindnessregistry@mass.gov, by phone at 617-626-7415, and to join them on a daily basis, Monday through Friday. If you have a question that needs to be answered immediately, you can join them via Zoom from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that's real good service. If you can just talk to someone right away if you have an issue regarding or concern about your registration. All of these links I've mentioned can be accessed through our website at www.mass.gov//MCB. And in most cases, your requests for orientation mobility should go through your counselor or social worker at the agency. They'll activate your case properly and make the referral to our unit so that your request can be handled. So our orientation mobility team has a new leader, as you heard earlier from Commissioner D'Angelo, following the retirement of our longtime Director of Orientation Mobility, Meg Robertson, who will be joining us here today, and many of you know and have worked with for many years. So now I'd like to welcome Allison Bull, and she comes to us from the Lawrence Public School System, where she served as a teacher of the visually impaired and comms, and she also worked at Lowell Association for the Blind in the youth services, and also still holds a seat on the board of that organization. So Allie, over to you. Welcome to MCB.
Thank you, John. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Allie Bull, Director of Orientation and Mobility at MCB. Thanks for joining us today to celebrate White Cane Awareness Day. MCB has been holding this Massachusetts White Cane Day celebration for over a decade now. This year we are virtual again, but this event has historically been held in the Hall of Flags at the State House in Boston. As previously mentioned, International White Cane Day is today, October 15th. The white cane serves many roles, including safe travel and identification for individuals who are blind, but more than that, it represents independence for all users. There are 3 different kinds of white canes. So the first is the standard mobility cane, also referred to as the white cane or a long cane. This cane is used to help an individual navigate their environment. Secondly is the short cane for ID, used by people with visual impairments who also have mobility challenges. And lastly is the ID cane, a small foldable cane used by people who may be primarily visual travelers, but it's used to let others know that they have a visual impairment. So I'd like to take a moment to introduce the MCB O&M team. We have 4 skilled certified orientation mobility specialists that work across the state to provide O&M services to individuals of all ages. I hope that some of you have had the pleasure to work with these professionals over the years. Their videos should be spotlighted right now, perhaps. If not, I will introduce them. Grace Cummings covers the northeast part of the state in regions 3 and 4. Cindy Curran covers parts of southeastern Mass, including regions 4 and 5. Cynthia Guys covers most parts of the greater Boston area in region 6. And Michael Dion covers most of Western Mass in region 1. So I'd like to recognize them for their hard work and continued dedication to O&M and all the consumers, even throughout the pandemic. They have also worked really hard to make today possible. So thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. I also want to give a shout out to MCB community partner, specifically the Carroll Center. I'd like to just recognize them as an important MCB community partner that makes O&M possible throughout all of Massachusetts. We work very closely together to ensure the O&M services are delivered using a robust model to cover all areas of the state, from the Berkshires to the Cape. So today we're also celebrating the White Cane Law, which protects pedestrians who are blind in using a white cane or dog guide. And I'm going to read the Massachusetts law, which is General Law Part 1, Title 14, Section 14A. Whenever a totally or partially blind pedestrian guided by a guide dog, or carrying in a raised or extended position a cane or walking stick, which is white in color or white tipped with red, crosses or attempts to cross a way, the driver of every vehicle approaching the place where such pedestrian is crossing or attempting to cross shall bring his vehicle to a full stop, and before proceeding shall take such precautions as may be necessary to avoid injuring such pedestrian. A person who owns an animal shall restrain and control such animal on a leash when in proximity to a guide dog. That is on a public or private way. Nothing contained in this section shall be construed to deprive any totally or partially blind person not carrying such a cane or walking stick or not being guided by a dog of the rights and privileges conferred by law upon pedestrians crossing ways, nor shall the failure of such blind person to carry a cane or walking stick or to be guided by a guide dog while on the ways of this Commonwealth be held to constitute or be evidence of contributory negligence. Whoever violates any provision of this section shall be punished by a fine of no less than 100 nor more than $500. So I just quickly want to check in with Carla to make sure. I just want to see if we were going to play that other video or if we should go to Pittsfield.
Yes, Allie, we are ready for the other video from the SR consumer who submitted as well. We had so many submissions. It was hard to pick just a few to share today. So we are going to share them afterwards as well, but we're ready for video number 2.
Years old, and that was a way, way long time ago. I was diagnosed with juvenile macular degeneration, which causes central vision loss. But for many, many years, I was able to get around on my own, no problems. But eventually, I started having issues, so I went back to my eye doctor and I was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa. So this did make mobility a little bit more challenging for me. So I thought to myself, well, maybe it's time for me to learn how to use a white cane. But then I said, if I get a white cane, that is admitting to myself that I'm losing my vision, and I just was not ready for that. So I forged on ahead, and after many times of walking into fire hydrants, telephone poles, human beings, parked cars, walls, I said to myself, self, you're getting a little bruised up here. Maybe it's time now to learn how to use a white cane. It was definitely time to learn how to use a white cane. So I called the Mass Commission for the Blind, and they sent out a mobility instructor. And I thought to myself, training? What's there to learn? It's a cane. You put it on the ground and you go. But I soon found out there's many techniques to using a white cane depending on the geographical area that you're in, the terrain that you're on. After I had some training under my belt, my instructor took me to a 4-way intersection, and each road it was either 4 or 5 lanes in it. And I managed to cross all 4 roads without getting smashed. I did say a prayer first though. So I use my cane on buses, trains, planes. I take it when I go for walks in the woods, on hikes. I use it to get down to the end of my driveway to pick up the mail, because if I don't, I usually end up in the middle of my lawn somewhere. So you know what? A white cane can be a very good thing. I call mine my magic wand, and I never leave home without it. So happy White Cane Day, everybody.
Oops, sorry, I was just trying to unmute myself. Well, thank you so much, Katie, for sharing that video. Next, we're going to go to a video by a children's consumer. Her name is Mila, and she made a great presentation for us to share today.
White Cane by Mila Kramer. Introduction of the cane. What is the cane used for? Why is it used? Who uses it? Well, for starter, cane is used to navigate around your environment and to find what you are looking for. The cane is used so that people know where they are going, and it also indicates that whoever is using the cane is impaired or visually impaired. Parts of the cane. There are only 3 parts to a cane. As you can see to your right in the picture, it shows a grip where you hold on to the cane, and there is the shaft where it is the long white pieces, including the red represents as a stoplight so that others can see you, and the tip. You can have a marshmallow tip, a ball tip, and a pencil tip. 2 types of cane techniques. There are two different types of techniques. There is a constant contact and 2-point touch. Constant contact is used when people don't know the environment as well and are new to the environment. While on the other side, 2-point touch is when you know the environment well enough, however you are still struggling. Why do I use the cane? I use the cane to go hiking because the forest isn't like a sidewalk or like downtown. There is more things I need to watch out for, a lot more bumps and hard to see stairs if there are any. It is a more unique place, so I need to be more cautious. I use a cane for that kind of situation.
That was so great. Thank you so much, Mila, for submitting that. You did a wonderful job. So next, we are going to introduce a group of students all the way out in Pittsfield, Mass. I'd like to introduce TVI Comms, Lynn Shortis, and her viewing party.
Hello, everyone. We have connected on a large screen, so I will turn, and the students are up on the stage because we're close to a big screen where they can actually see what's going on. So I will turn the camera on them if you would like. And you guys all want to say hello? Maybe. How about over this one? How about you guys? Say hello, guys. Hello.
Hi, kids. Thanks for joining.
Hello. Yes, thank you for joining today.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. So we received a few special video submissions from these students in Pittsfield, and we'd like to play them in a moment. In the first video, you'll meet a young man named Xavier, who calls himself X-Man, who will talk about his white cane experience. The second clip is from another young man named Logan, who will also show us the white cane he uses and talk about why it's important to him. The third video is a young woman named Isabella, and she is demonstrating some refined mobility skills. So you may hear tapping as she walks along using a 2-point touch with her cane. She also squares off and walks across a parking lot in a straight line of travel before reaching a patch of grass and using it to shoreline. And finally, the fourth video is another young woman demonstrating the use of her adaptive mobility device. So please enjoy these white cane videos.
Hello everybody, this is Xavier Marcum. I am a visually impaired student with RP, which means in my right eye I cannot see anything. So this eye can't see nothing. And then with my left eye, it's tunnel vision where you can only see tunnelly. That's why I use a cane a lot for the darkness because I cannot see. And White National Cane Day is today, so we need to appreciate cane works and everybody that works hard to live their lives. It is hard to use a cane, but hey, we live through it. Life is hard for everybody at one time, or their whole lives, depending on you. But the canes is what a lot of people need. There's different types of canes, like the red white one indicates that they're probably a blind person and they need this cane. And there's different tactics people use, like the tic-tac one where they go across, and that's one of the most commonly used ones. There are other methods that they use for cane work. There's lots, and then that is what canes are used for, is to help the blind or visually impaired community. That is why we need to not hurt or insult people with when they have canes. You don't know their situation. So that's why canes are used for blind people, and blind people come in all shapes and sizes. Their eyes don't have to be pure white or broken or anything. Like, my eyes are pretty good, but they look pretty good, but I mean, I'm visually impaired. Yep, and that's why I work hard on learning Braille in my cane work so I can move around when I turn fully blind. So my motor skills are pretty useful when I grow older. And thank you for listening to this video. See ya. Marcum out, or X-Man, or
Hi, I'm Logan Williams. I'm in 8th grade, and I have a cane. If you're wondering why I have a cane, it's because I was born with a blind eye, and the reason I have it is to let people know that I have a blind eye, so they don't bump into me or make me fall.
I use my pre-cane to walk in school. Keep going.
All right, thank you so much again, everyone. You're all so passionate about your white canes, and I love it, and I love to see it. So keep up the good work. So now we're going to transition to some group viewing parties. So I'll be handing this over to Karen Hatcher, Director of the Older Individual Blind Program at MCB, who is joining us from Yarmouth today.
Thanks, Allie. So welcome. I am actually here live at Thurwood Place in Yarmouth, and I have a whole group of people behind me wearing their white cane pins, compliments of Cynthia Curran. And we are just so happy to be here. So say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Wonderful. So the older blind and visually impaired population, they have a lot of challenges, but the white cane really for them stands for independence, support, safety, and identification. And without the team from O&M at MCB, the orientation and mobility professionals, our folks would not be out and about. They would not be on the move like they are. Many of them would not have been here today. So I just want to say thank you to the team and how much we appreciate you. I am actually, before I have Sight Loss Services speak, I'm going to go over to Winthrop, where there is another watch party going on. However, they will not be on video. The coordinator for the low vision group in Winthrop is John Morgan, and John will be speaking about his white cane experience as well as the group information. So John Morgan, take it away.
Hi, Karen, and thank you for this opportunity. Hi, my name is John Morgan. I am the coordinator for the Winthrop Low Vision Support Group here at the Winthrop Council on Aging, Robert DeLeo Senior Center. Our group, we meet the third Wednesday of each month from 10 to 12. Our group consists of not only people from Winthrop, we have members from Charlestown, Chelsea, East Boston, Revere, and of course, Winthrop. And I would like to give a short story of my first experience with my white cane. As you heard earlier, there's from the other videos, there's some hesitation in the beginning about having a white cane for it. Well, I was registered with the commission in 1996, and I got my first cane in 1997 in the spring. I thought, I don't need this thing. I can see perfectly. I'm working. I was traveling on the MBTA with little trouble until one day. And this may sound familiar to some, but I hope the ending isn't the same. I was going to work in Cambridge. I was running a little late, and I thought, so I'm hurrying down the street, and I come up to Cambridge Street, and Cambridge. I look both ways for the traffic, no traffic. I run across the street, full stride, bam, right into a pole. Well, this pole was whipping around like you would see something in a hurricane in Florida. As the liquid is dripping down my face, which I'm sure you can only imagine, I look up, it's a handicap parking sign. My white cane the next day was always with me. That's my story, and I hope you can enjoy it without visualizing or imagining the damage that I did to that poor pole. All right, Karen, thank you. And I hope everyone has a wonderful White Cane Day. Thank you for inviting us. And let's keep it going.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that, John. Your group is amazing. In fact, there are over 50 support groups spread throughout the Commonwealth in many towns that we're hoping will increase in the future. So we are back now at Thurwood Place, and I am going to hand it over to Rhonda Guerin. She's the Associate Director with Sight Loss Services here in South Dennis, to talk a little bit about Sight Loss Services. And we will hear hopefully from Brian Kennedy, who is also a white cane user. So I'm going to turn it over to Rhonda for a couple of minutes.
Hello, my name is Rhonda Guerin, and I am the Associate Director of Sight Loss Services here on Cape Cod. Also today with us is Martha Person. She is our outreach coordinator. Sight Loss Services covers the entire Cape, and we are going to be venturing into the islands at some point. We have 15 different support groups that are spread throughout the region. Most of them are finally back to meeting live and in person, which we are very excited about. Our support groups are open to anyone with any degree of vision loss for any reason of any age, because our motto at Sight Loss Services is no one should go through vision loss alone. So Sight Loss Services is here to help. We are here to supplement the services provided by the Massachusetts Commission for the Blind, as well as serve those who haven't quite made the threshold. And we thank you so much for all of your support. We thank you for inviting us, and we are so very happy to be here today. And I think we're going to be turning it over to Brian Kennedy. Switch seats, or
Hi, my name's Brian Kennedy. I'm with Sight Loss Service, like Rhonda said, and I'm just here to give a little story about my interaction with the white cane. It started in Florida and at a school for the blind called the Lighthouse of Broward County, which is near Fort Lauderdale. And their motto was, we'll teach you how to do everything except drive a car. And when I got up here in Massachusetts, I was gifted with an instructor, Rich Roper, from the Carroll Center. And Rich first taught me to walk around my building in Harrisburg, Massachusetts, then outside the building, and then the downtown areas. For those who know Cape Cod, the popular restaurants like Dino's and the Hot Stove and the Mason Jar. And I even was able to put together a knapsack with potato chips, soda, talking books, and walk down to the beach and listen to my talking book and the seagulls and the waves, and also a little bit with the soda and potato chips. So I'll conclude with what I started with. Groups like Sight Loss Service, the Mass Commission for the Blind, the Perkins School for the Blind, the Carroll Center will teach you how to do everything you can possibly dream of except drive a car. There's no limitation to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brian. That was great. I am now going to turn it over back to Carla.
All right, thank you so much, Karen, and thank you to the group for being with us today. Such a fun way to celebrate with everyone. I believe we're going to straight to the award ceremony now, so we're just going to keep all of the fun going, but thank you, Karen. Commissioner?
Yes, Carla, thank you. And it's great that we are covered from Pittsfield to the Cape. Thank you, everybody, for the out there in these watch parties. Great interaction. We love it. So now we've come to the portion where we're going to give the first ever Meg Robertson Mobility Award. And Meg is fresh off a trip from Egypt and the pyramids. We're not going to hear too much about that, but we do want to give Meg a moment of recognition here. We're naming this award after her because of her outstanding public service, over 40 years of orientation and mobility service for the Commonwealth, for consumers, and just a great legacy at MCB. I know how fond her colleagues are of her. I share in that. Meg, do you have just a minute here to acknowledge, and the community, I'm sure, wants to hear from you. They've heard you for years up at the State House at this very event that you really, this was your baby for so many years. So thank you for joining us again.
Thank you, David. I'm thrilled to be here and very honored for this award to be offered in my name. I really love White Cane Day because I hear all the stories that what the white cane has made a difference in people's lives. And that's ultimately, as orientation and mobility specialists, that's what we want. We see the independence with people using the cane before they do. And for me to hear the stories once again, just is so, it just makes me feel wonderful that we have made an impact on everybody's lives in regards to being sure that they remain independent in the community and going to where they want to go and doing what they want to do. And I have to say the virtual events, it was hard last year. I think you guys have perfected it this year. And I hope next year we can get back to the State House together and see everybody once again. So thank you again. And thanks for attending. It's been a great event.
Meg, thank you again for all that you've done, all that you continue to do. The lasting legacy that you've had on consumers will now live on through this award. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Allie Bull. I know we had quite an outpouring of interest here around these awards. Allie's going to take us through it. Allie?
We sure did. Thank you so much. So we were so pleased to receive so many moving nominations this year for the first annual Meg Robertson Mobility Award. Like truly, there is a lot of great O&M work being done right now with MCB consumers, and it was an honor to be able to read some of these stories. So today I'll be presenting the 3 recipients of the Meg Robertson Mobility Award nominated in their respective categories. So we'll begin with the children's category. The student and their family moved to Massachusetts 5 years ago from Colombia, South America. They spoke little English and came with basic O&M skills. They began receiving regular O&M lessons with their comms at a school to build cane skills, which ultimately allowed them to be safe while traveling independently around school. Their comms reported that they quickly picked up on these cane skills, in addition to routes around their school and apartment building. The student is now able to independently walk from home to school. With this independence has also come confidence and self-advocacy. This student is now teaching others the human guide technique so that they are no longer being pushed through a crowded area. I am so happy to announce the first recipient of the Meg Robertson Mobility Award in the children's category is Isabella Vera Ortiz, nominated by her comms, Lynn Shortis. So congratulations, Isabella.
Congratulations, Isabella. Great job.
So I didn't unmute because Isabella is not with this group. She's actually in Lee Middle School. They are on though, so they could unmute if you'd like them to.
I think I see her.
There she is.
Yay!
Hi, thank you very much for the nomination.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So we'll be sending out a physical award following the ceremony, but we just wanted to recognize you today during the event.
Thank you very much.
Of course, great work. All right, so we're going to go to the next winner that I'd like to recognize, which is from the adult category. When this person began working with their comms, they hardly traveled alone and were wary about street crossings. The comms reported that this person has demonstrated a remarkable transformation with their confidence and cane skills. Now this person commutes independently to their job at the National Braille Press in Boston using public transportation and is familiar with some local routes to stores that they can travel to in their leisure. Independence with the cane has helped this person become hopeful about their future in the workforce and living independently. It is a pleasure to announce that the recipient of the Meg Robertson Mobility Award in the adult category is Apple Almeida, nominated by her comms, Jill Suarez. Congratulations, Apple.
Congratulations, Apple. Great job.
All right, and then the third and final recipient was chosen in the deafblind extended supports category. This individual had no previous white cane skill training while in school and began to pick up these skills about 15 years ago when they moved into their residential home. After working with the comms and residential staff, their mobility skills grew. Staff supported skills in all areas of this individual's life to build independence. This person has now mastered some complex cane skills, including walking in step, which means to tap the cane in correspondence with your step, shorelining, and street crossings. Without further ado, I'm excited to announce the recipient of the Meg Robertson Mobility Award in the DBES category is Dawn Estes, nominated by her comms, Maureen Coyle. Congratulations to Dawn. And I think she is on with us today.
Congratulations, Dawn. Great job.
Woohoo! Congrats,
Excellent.
great job.
Okay.
There she goes.
Yay! You got an award. Here's the paper. Yeah, all right. She's here with all her friends. Yay.
Oh, I love it. Great work, Dawn. Awesome. Well, congratulations to all award recipients. We are so honored to be able to present this award to you this year. Continue the hard work and the trailblazing you do with your white cane in your communities and the continued advocacy. And thank you to all the comms for nominating these terrific candidates. So I think we're going to do a quick shout out to TVI Terry McGuire from School for the Deaf, Horace Mann. She should be on. We just want to give a quick shout out. She has a viewing party as well. Oh, Terry, I think you're muted.
Here we are.
Thanks for joining, everybody.
Oh.
Thanks for joining.
Great,
Yeah,
thank
good.
you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having us.
Of course, happy White Cane Day.
You're on TV.
Now I'm going to turn it back over to Commissioner David Darkangelo.
Thank you, Allie, and congratulations again to all the award winners, and many thanks to everybody who nominated someone. And thank you again, Meg, for lending your name to this award that will live on. So great job all around, team. Now I'm pleased to introduce a leadership message from Secretary Sutters. Carla, is that video ready for us? Secretary Sutters couldn't be here today, but she does obviously send her best. And we're going to hear from her now.
Greetings. Thank you for inviting me once again for the Commission's White Cane Awareness event. I know that we are typically together in the State House, but it's great to be with you, even in a virtual capacity for the second time now, to share my strong support for all of you. The white cane is a powerful tool that gives individuals who are blind or visually impaired the freedom to move safely and independently. We celebrate the white cane in the Commonwealth as a symbol of strength, resilience, perseverance, and independence. This day also reminds us of the importance of the white cane law, which mandates that all motorists, when they see a pedestrian who is using a white cane or a guide dog at a street crossing, must come to a complete stop. It is a very important safety measure for our residents. I want to thank the Commission, all of the staff, for the work you do each and every day to provide remote and in-person orientation and mobility services, including cane training and deliveries. I am pleased to hear that the contributions of the Commission's former O&M Director, Meg Robertson, is being honored with the first annual Meg Robertson Mobility Award. Meg left quite a legacy at the Commission, 40 years of service. It's fitting that the Meg Robertson Mobility Award celebrate an individual's dedication to learning and growing their mobility skills, to become more independent at school, work, and in life, our community, what Meg has spent her entire career working to support. And I'm also pleased to welcome Allison Bull, who joined the Commission this summer to take over the reins from Meg. Thank you again for inviting me here to be with you today, to celebrate the history and importance of the white cane and the importance of the white cane law. I look forward to being together with all of you in person again soon. Take care and be well.
Many thanks to Secretary Sutters. And now we're going to go to Allie for a great poem.
Thanks, David. So before we transition to our final piece highlighting White Cane Chronicles submissions, I'd like to read a poem that was written by Dave Steele, who goes by, quote, "The Blind Poet." He recently shared this poem on his social media celebrating Blind Awareness Month, and I found that it aligns to a common attitude regarding canes and is relatable to so many. So here's the poem. This used to be a thing I felt ashamed of and I feared. This used to be a reason that my pride had disappeared. This used to be a thing that I left folded up at home. This used to be a part of why anxiety had grown. This used to be a symbol of the things I couldn't do, but now it is the reason that my strength each day anew. Yes, now it is a reason I'm no longer a recluse. With every swipe from left to right, no longer an excuse. Now it is a symbol of the strength I have in me. To hold it now unfolded, it is my mobility. It used to be a thing I felt ashamed of and I feared, but now I'm proud of my white cane. My fears have disappeared. So as most of you know, as part of the White Cane Day event registration, we asked for you to share where you have been with your white cane as part of our White Cane Chronicles. We received over 200 submissions of individuals describing where they had been with their white cane. I was personally moved by a common theme that was among a majority of these submissions. So when asked, tell us where you go with your white cane, the most common answer was simply everywhere or anywhere. This response is so plain, simple, and yet so very powerful. It encompasses the spirit of today's celebration. We're all here to celebrate the white cane today because we know just how important it is. The white cane is access, it is independence, it is safety, it is freedom. So thank you all so much for your submissions. If you hadn't had the opportunity to contribute to our hashtag White Cane Chronicles and would like to, you can go to the MCB website, which is mass.gov/MCB, to submit your story or picture with your cane. So now we are going to have a small slide, just sampling some of the submissions that we received. The screen says Massachusetts Commission for the Blind White Cane Awareness Day, MCB. Orientation and mobility training equals independence. So where do you go with your white cane? We're just waiting for the next slide. This is a slide with responses. It says 221 because we received 221 responses to the White Cane Chronicles question. This is a picture of Dr. Marty Osman holding his dual mode cane that he invented. Next to the picture of him is text reading hashtag White Cane Chronicles. Dr. Osman, thank you so much for your contributions to the field.
Thank you, Marty. Great seeing you this week.
Work, traveling to the Cape, on the beach, in the airport, restaurants, the farmer's market, walks in my town, and public transportation.
This is a picture of an individual holding a white cane in front of a bronze statue at the Japan Pavilion in Disney's Epcot. Next to the picture is text reading hashtag White Cane Chronicles.
Walk to mailbox at the end of my street.
I use my white cane when I go into downtown Boston or any other location where it's crowded or unfamiliar. My white cane empowers me to ask for help if I need it. People are much more willing to help if they know I am visually impaired.
This is a picture of an individual using a white cane with a pencil tip to navigate the sidewalk on a college campus. Next to the picture is text reading #WhiteCaneChronicles.
My white cane provides independence so I can travel to work, utilize public transportation, meet friends for a meal, or take walks in the neighborhood. Possessing mobility skills provides me a feeling of safety and allows me the chance to be active in the community.
This is a picture of a young girl with braids using her white cane to feel the truncated domes at a crosswalk. Next to the picture is text reading #WhiteCaneChronicles.
I go with my white cane everywhere: school, church, National Braille Press, visitation with friends, relatives. I cannot move around without my cane. I call my cane partner, for she is everything for my travel independence. My cane has assisted me in my national and international travels throughout the year.
This is a picture of an individual using a short cane for identification. We sometimes also refer to these canes as support canes. Next to the picture is text reading #WhiteCaneChronicles.
My white cane serves as everything to move me around wherever I go. My cane assists me to navigate my surroundings at school, work, internship, shopping, internal, international travels, visitations to residential apartments, and everywhere necessary to reach.
This is a picture of an individual holding a white cane and leaning against a railing at a beach. There is sand and dunes in the background, along with the sign that says Bali's Beach Bar. Next to the picture is text reading #WhiteCaneChronicles. This is a picture of a Perkins student with a pink hoodie and blue shoes holding a white cane. The text next to the picture reads, quote, "I use a white cane to help me travel safely and independently. Some places I go with my white cane are the park, on walks, and speech class." This is a picture of another Perkins student wearing a green North Face jacket and a blue mask holding a white cane. The text next to the picture reads, quote, "I use a white cane to help me travel safely and independently. Some places I go with my white cane are OT, mobility, and for a walk. Some things I see while I walk are traffic cones, stop signs, and crosswalks." Great. Well, thank you to all who contributed to the White Cane Chronicles. I wish we could share all of the great submissions, both text and pictures. But please enjoy the following sample of submissions we've compiled. We already did that. I'm sorry. Okay. Back to David.
Allie, thank you so much. And thank you to the whole team. This has been such a great day. Thank you all for joining today. Our team at MCB, blindness community leaders that really helped make this possible. Community leaders, everybody who joined virtually at the watch parties, and really everybody in the blindness community for supporting this event. Such a great day. A special shout out to Allie Bull and our O&M team. And of course, Carla for bringing us together today to discuss the history and importance of the white cane, as well as the importance of the white cane law for the people we serve at MCB. Congratulations to our first annual Meg Robertson Mobility Award winners. Great job, outstanding independence, should be recognized. We recognize you, thank you. And congratulations to all the cane users. You're all winners in my book. And we're grateful that you shared your stories that inspired us all. Everyone in our community is uplifted by your independence and self-determination that you display every day with the white cane. These are important and fundamental skills. And really, you're sending a clear message to everybody in Massachusetts, to the world, that people with blindness and visual impairments can be independent and self-determined. Thank you. To learn more about who we are and what we do at MCB, visit our website. That's MCB. That's www.mass.gov/MCB. Excuse me, Carla. Again, mass.gov/MCB. Of course, call us anytime, toll free, 1-800-392-6450. We've been overwhelmed with calls. We're doing our best to respond to everybody in a timely manner. Please be patient with us. But again, call us 800-392-6450. Or of course, email us, mcbinfo@mass.gov. Again, mcbinfo@mass.gov. Please find us on social media. We're on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, where this video and recording will be made available. Thank you again. I hope you have a great day, and we hope you'll join us for another event sometime soon. Thanks again, everybody.
Is there an opportunity to ask a question or speak?
Have a great day.